Alrighty, camera's a little messed up, but other than that, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the stream here. I certainly hope you guys are doing great today, because I'm doing pretty good myself. And it is Wednesday again, so that means I'm streaming, and I'm going to be streaming some Software Inc. Alpha 11. There actually has been, the past, 4 or 5 days, there's been 3 updates to this game. Actually, one came out this morning, so a lot of fixes. There's been a couple changes, so it'll be interesting to see how our game's going to go. But as you can hear, I've let the, I've actually accidentally muted the audio. Knowing me, that's kind of how it is. But you've had the game music going in the background. That means I've got the game up and going. And I think we're ready to play. But some other exciting news that came out this morning. I'll go ahead and hit the continue button on our game and let that load just for a moment. Evil Genius 2. They announced this morning that they're going to be announcing, which is an announcement of the release date for Evil Genius 2. Apparently it's supposed to be tomorrow at some time in the UK. I know it's about 20 hours from now. So you back it up 4 hours, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning? Local time, that is. They're supposed to be announcing the new Evil Genius. So excited. I really want to play that on stream. If that comes out, I will pretty much pause anything we're playing and go over and play that through. I have been waiting on the game for quite a few years, and it's time for it. But today we're playing Software Inc. We're not taking over the world. We're just taking over the Silicon Valley of Software Inc. So let's pop into the game here. I've already got the game up and going. Now, one thing they actually did change, they actually added a couple of rewards. So let's go ahead and collect those while we're not doing anything else. So what were they? Let's see here. So own 800 square meters of land. So let's go ahead and claim that reward. Drum roll, please. Oh, we got a floodlight. That's nice. There's apparently a second reward somewhere. Release your first product. All right, second drum roll of the stream. Ooh, we got acoustic foam, acoustic hex panel, and an acoustic diamond panel. So now we can be like streaming in the background. I don't have any of these things, unfortunately, but it happens. Alrighty, so what are we going to be doing today? Well, we were working on CyberWorks, which is our first operating system. I have an idea of how I want to change the company after we get done with CyberWorks. To look a little bit different. So I've been doing a little bit of research and some. Let's go ahead and let the game run because I can talk while the game runs. So I've been kind of doing some research on what kind of the best ways to design a company. And there's a way I saw that I really like that I want to try and emulate. And what that is, we're going to divide all the teams up, kind of like we are now. But instead of just kind of being a dev team that does everything, we're going to split them actually up even more. So what I'm shooting for right now is to have at least 1, maybe 2 development or 2 design teams. Those teams are just going to be design oriented. They're just going to work on design because you actually can split it. I saw in the design phase, which I can even show you guys. If we're going to create a new product, we can actually have a design team and a development team. So what I can do, I'm going to actually have just a team for design. They're going to be well-rounded in everything so that they'll be able just to knock out design as fast as they can. That being said, what I can do is I can actually kind of queue up. Like, I'll have, the design team do the thing, pass it off to the dev team. So the dev team's actually become a programming team. So they're actually going to be developing this piece of software. While they're developing the piece of software, I can have the design team work on another piece of software. And so I can kind of have it waiting so when the dev team's ready to tackle that next project, they can go ahead and do that. It's very possible that I actually have maybe 1 design team and maybe 2 dev teams. And so they kind of split they kind of alternate which ones get what project. And also what I could do is that, have it like 2 or 3 design teams, but then like, let's say we have an Omnidesk team, or we have a Guard Dog team, or we have a Boombox team. And so once they, the design team takes it over, it knows, all right, this is a 2D editor, it's going to the Snippet team, or it's going to the Boombox team. I think that would be kind of fun. I know that's under project management. I'm pretty sure we could do something like that. So that is pretty neat. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to wait until CyberWorks is done before we do that. This is actually Dev Team 1, isn't it? That's kind of idle right. Yeah, it is. All right. We could throw Dev Team 1. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's throw Dev Team 1 onto there. And then while they're working on that, let's take a look and see where we could put our dev teams at. Or, I'm sorry, design teams at. I really would kind of save this space for more support when we need it, because we will need it eventually. They're just kind of sitting here, but, you know, I guess if everything's fixed, well, not really fixed, I should say. There's quite a few that's been fixed. But I mean, if there's not really much coming in, I guess that's fair. So I'm thinking it's going to have to be somewhere up here. And so what we can do, I think we're going to go ahead and look at our design here. I don't know how far we went over here. All right, so it's actually this window here. And we're going to have to redo our AC just a little bit. Might have to remove the roof first, looks like, which is fine. Where did we put roofs at? Roof. Actually, I want to hold on. All right, I don't know how to delete a roof. I will be honest with you. Let's see here. Is there? No. That's just building a room. I don't want to build a room. I just want to select that room. Maybe with furnishings I can... Alright, here we go. So, roof. There's going to remove roof. Hold on. Come on. Remove roof. Alright, that isn't working. I can edit the roof, but it will not let me remove this roof. I might have to go Google how to remove a roof. Let me see if maybe I have to select all the rooms underneath there, which is possible. I think I got all of them now. If I go up now, can I remove the roof? It is not allowing me to remove this roof. I can change the slope. I can do everything else, but I cannot remove this roof. This is going to drive me a little bonkers. All right, hold on, guys. Let me go ahead and go over to our good friend Google. Software Inc. Alpha 11. How to remove roof. All right, so what you have to do this, from what I can read here, you have to first off select, get that, and then hit new. All right, so we've got this. I'm gonna hit this, and then. Maybe that was not a good one. You know, happens. You know what? I think after this, I might just use flat roofs because these are a pain in the butt. I'll be honest with you. Because I don't want to. Because apparently, what they say. So once you get it to here, if you hit destroy structure, there we go. All right, fixed it. All right, so now we can actually go ahead and make our next floor going on. Kind of say, those are the heating ones. Those would actually be more useful if we actually had those before. Let's actually add a little bit of environment. We actually might need to add those in somewhere. Just, you know, why not? But for right now, we're going to add in our second floor here. Kind of wish you could do this while the game was running. just so that you know, you could have, you know, it would be a little, you know, so you didn't have to waste all this time when you're designing a building. All right, so elevators need to go in here and here. Where do we put the stairs at? We put them there. We might need to actually move. Well, we can only move them, but you know, it's only to something like this. Do something like that, I guess, and then do the kind of the opposite on the other side here. The only way to really get over to the meeting area is you have to kind of go on this little path here, but that's okay. So we got the elevators. We have access up here now. So this will be... it has to be there, which I don't care. That's fine. That'll be actually, eventually, it will be our dev area once we get the... once we get this next piece of software done. Let's get some... Let's at least get the windows in. Kind of replicating what we did on the lower floors here. I'm wondering, because I don't know. I read some of the patch notes that said it might, you know, the sound might sound a little different. I'm wondering if we actually added those acoustic panels, would that change the sound of them? I don't know. We might have to try that out later. All right, let's get some lights in here. Let's see here. These. Oh, are they on the floor? Oh, that might be kind of neat. Not like they're doing much, but I mean they're something. So outdoor lamp, solar panel. Let's just do a normal lamp. Now we can kind of get this place lit up like it should be. There we go. Now let's do kind of the typical paint that we usually do. So interior, we're doing kind of a nice like off yellow, something like maybe something a little lighter than that. And then for the floor, we're gonna do a nice brown, because it seems like that's what we, you know, it seems like that's kind of common, I guess you can say, for what we do. That back up here, hit apply, and then we go to textures. Floor, we always go with a nice wood paneling. Interior, we do a nice kind of a two-tone. I kind of like that. So that'll be kind of the lobby for our dev team, and then this, or sorry, design team. This will actually be our design team area. And then once we get done, we can actually make both of these into development rooms. So pretty much, kind of the idea of what I have right now is to take all the designers out of these teams, yank them up, put them into a design team. Then I can actually use both the artist and the programmers in here and actually develop and actually add in more of those from the designers that are missing now and actually make two big development teams. I think that's probably the best way to do it. How that's going to work, not 100% sure. Now I am kind of curious about something, because there is a lot more noise in here now. You can kind of hear the people working, stuff like that, and it's kind of neat. I'm wondering if oh yeah, acoustics is now a thing. Well, that's an issue. I need to fix that. So let's do into, well, number one, I need to add those in later, so we will work on those. So this is something else that's kind of new. We actually can add things at various heights now, which is kind of neat. But I think our acoustics will need to be improved a little bit here. Hold on, let's see if we can maybe boost this room just a little bit here. Oh, it's 100% acoustics now, so that one's good. So let's move on to this room. The acoustics there is 100%. This is at 26%. But let's add some. Let's add the checkerboard foam. Why not? You know, again, kind of a little bit different here. And it won't let me place one there. All right. Well, a bit of a bug maybe, but all right. Apparently these don't matter which ones you use, but you know what? I kind of like the look of those. Huh, that's actually, it's a neat little feature set. Acoustics is fine there. It is fine there. Let's go up to the next rooms here. Acoustics are fine there. They are good in the support room, and in this room we haven't got anybody in there, so it's a little bit different. Temperature-wise, not great either. Let's go ahead and add some of these floor grills in. You know what? Let's do a test, because I am kind of curious. So now the acoustics right now are at 0. So if we add in a bunch of these, just kind of across the top here. Right now we're at 26%. Let's just do this. 52. Do you hear it? It changed the sound. That is amazing. I didn't expect that, but that is actually kind of neat. So if we delete a couple of these, so once it gets above 50, hear that kind of echoing effect, but then we add in these diamonds back. You still hear a little bit there. Once you get about 65%, if we add something in here, I don't know. The echoing effect actually is lessened. That's actually pretty amazing. Didn't expect that, to be honest with you. But yeah, that'll be our dev room eventually. We'll work that out once we get up and going here. Once we have the reason to or once we get our CyberWorks done, we'll work on that next. And I'm trying to think, what was I going to say here? So this might take us a little bit to kind of get the teams reorganized. I personally think it's going to help a lot, just because it's going to specialize each team, but we'll be able to kind of almost assembly line each thing. So like one team will do the development, then I'll hand it off to the next team, so that the first team can start doing something. I think it's going to work. I've actually seen where somebody actually split it up even more, where they actually made a design team, a development team, an art team, a support team. They had a law team, which, kind of typical of how a company would operate. They would have more people, different departments like that. They would kind of all split up like that, but that wasn't too bad. So CyberWorks, we're still working on some stuff for it. We've got 51 followers for it. Omnidesk almost made $1 million. Guard Dog made almost $1.8 million. That's pretty impressive. So Guard Dog Artist, 47,000 users there. Boombox, yeah. So these are starting to lack a little bit, but I'm thinking what we need to do. So essentially, so I'm going to have Guard Dog, Boombox, Omnidesk, and Snippet 2D. I'm wondering can I port those? So let's see here. Can I port those to our new system? It doesn't look like we can yet. I want to be able to actually sell all those onto our new system. Kind of how Microsoft did with Office and all that. I kind of want to try to do that at least. I don't know how early I'll be able to get them out, but we'll see. I know this is going to take a little bit while. We've got till January of 1993 to get this done. So we've got just over a year. It's already almost halfway done already. These guys are just releasing shares like crazy. I have no idea why. We do own quite a bit. We own about $3 million worth of that company. But there is one that owns 69 million, nice, shares in that company, almost 1 million shares. That's a bit crazy. And we really don't need to develop shares. We're still kind of technically privately owned, because I just don't need the money. And, why would I have other people kind of meddling in this company? It seems like there's a lot of people that do that. I don't know if there was somebody kind of famous that did that. They wanted to keep their business private because they didn't want anybody else meddling in it. But look here. So this is actually the reviews for CyberWorks. 2D art, good. Same with the code and the audio system. And that's what they're kind of working on still. Still have about 28% left to go. But right now, both OmniDesk and Guard Dog made $2 million last month. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have any issues with money for right now. We are just keep going up. We are no issues right now. We're kind of on cruise control. We're like we've got 2 good products out there. We're selling them really well. It's like we got some deals we could do, just some print jobs, maybe some marketing. Nobody's offered to buy any more of our software. I'm surprised somebody's not offered for Guard Dog yet. So you look here, Guard Dog Unleashed has made just over $2 million, and it just started to really become profitable. But somebody last time offered to buy OmniDesk, which right now has made us $21 million. It's the most profitable piece of marketing or piece of software we've made. Probably the best marketing we've done. So it still makes about $1 million a month. So I'm not too concerned about it. Like it's great because it's like we're just selling so much of it. And we're still printing copies and everything, so it's all right. Not bad at all. Yep, let's go ahead and accept all. Yes, it's going to raise our cost by $9,000 a month. Well, we just made $1.6 million on the 2 pieces of software we're still marketing. I think we're okay. Because also, you got to remember, we're also selling software that we don't support anymore. We don't do marketing for anymore. So yeah, it's not too awful bad. So design and development, so nothing too crazy. I really thought about maybe taking on one of those support tickets, because that could be. Oh, we got a hosting job. Can we do that? Let's see why we can't. Let's actually make our hosting server 5. So why not? We'll make some good money off of that. Let's actually rename server 5. Frames OS. I didn't realize what that was. Can we rename? Oh, here we go. Rename. Oh, it's actually, you got to type it in first. This will be our hosting server 1. Rename. And this will be our development server 1. So I get a feeling I want to have quite a few different servers, so I want to make sure I know which ones are which. But here's the thing. So they're only asking for 591 megabits. Oh, that's actually that's CyberWorks. It's our operating system. But Frame's only asking for 11 megabits per second. We're providing 8. Hold on, just think about this for a second. Our technology is great enough to where we can provide 8 gigabits per second. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Details. This is 1991. Most phones today are about that size. Well, maybe a little more, a little less. But that's kind of what we're looking at. It's pretty crazy. So we are ahead of times on some things. And the other things we're kind of behind, but I think once we get CyberWorks out, we can pretty much grow our company as much as we want. I get a feeling CyberWorks is going to be kind of a big deal. Maybe not right off the bat, but I think with the right marketing and things like that, I think we can do it. Let's also, let's see, I want to go into marketing. So we'll do another big press release. Okay. And then let's also do a press build. Make sure they're still interested, because we got to remember this is still another year out. I highly doubt it's going to take a year to actually get this done. I like to make sure that this is 100% perfect code, art, and then get as many bugs as we can out. And this would be our first operating system. They don't really know us for this market. But if you look here, our Office software, audio tools, antivirus, and 2D editors, they're really on the rise. Which is awesome if we kind of market this as a all-in-one platform where you can actually do everything for all your audio or all your software in one place. Kind of the idea. So we're a little down this month on marketing, but I think since they've been working on the CyberWorks press release, they're a little down, but that's okay. So over 100, we actually just broke 100,000 users for Guard Dog. That's pretty cool. Still got a lot of pretty good amount of active users. Oh, I failed it. Great. I need more fire alarms. We did put quite a few fire alarms up, didn't we? So alarm there. Maybe we need to add more fire alarms? I guess. I'll just go ahead and do that, I guess. I figured one in each room would be enough, but I guess not. Let's go up this floor. It's got one there. We'll put a couple. We gotta put a couple out in the hallways here. Should we put some in the bathrooms? I think we'll be okay without the bathroom ones. Of course, that could be our issue. So you know, it's if you get the crap scared out of you, it's kind of a blessing and a curse in the bathrooms. Just saying. But you know, I didn't put any in here. That might have been part of our issue. There's two fire alarms in there. We'll put a couple in the solar area here. Same with the bathrooms up here. You are going to know when a fire breaks out, and if it's as loud as I think it's going to be, it's going to suck for us. So there is that. We'll put those in here just so that we don't forget to when we move our dev team up there, or our design team, I should say, up there. So we're at 90% code. We do have a press release here. So Cyberfire LLC has put out a bill for CyberWorks, and let's see what they have to offer. They don't really know who we are in the operating system department. It looks decent at this point, and it's all new features. You'll have to wait to try it yourself, because we've already had a release date for this, so hopefully that'll help us a little bit. I think tomorrow we're going to get another set of reviews. Let's see how that's going. Got some people calling in sick. Slackers is what we call them. Not really. Here's the thing. There is some people, especially when I used to work, when I worked for Cedar Fair, one year I actually was in personnel. So if you actually called in sick and you were in my department, you were actually calling me to tell you weren't coming into work. 9 times out of 10, those people, it seemed like to me that there was a lot, especially because I did it once myself, but it's like, yeah, you could have came in, you just don't want to. And it happened quite a bit. And I get that sometimes, but you know, maybe it's just me. You know, if you're scheduled to work, let's just go into work. You know, if you legitimately are sick, you know, especially now, it's like, yeah, call in. You know, we'll work on it later. And especially with how the amusement park operated, if someone did call in sick, we could very easily move some people around and actually get extra people to help cover for people that called in or were, you know, injured or something like that, because I mean, we did have injuries there. I even got injured a couple times myself, so it's not like things like that happen. And they were flexible enough you were able to kind of move people around. But look at that now. We're actually up quite a bit on the system now. So right now it's a 7 out of 10, which looks like a lot of people are thinking it's more bugs than anything else that are having issues, and I think that's okay. I mean, you know what we could do is actually, well, we've already got Dev Team 1 on there, so I think once we get the developers into, or the designers into their own space, I think it's going to cut down on how many people are actually idle for what we are now. So that is okay. So let's see here. How is the hosting going? Let's see here. We actually want to look at servers. There we go. It seems like we're providing what they need. I don't see... See, we can provide a max of 46.2. They're not asking for that. So that's actually not too terrible at all. And we're actually getting... Apparently those are actually a really good deal to actually do if you could handle the servers, which we have $33 million. We can handle the hosting for that. So I am okay with that. A lot of people actually want education. Why aren't we doing education on these people? Like, why aren't we doing education? Well, let's wait till CyberWorks is done, and then we'll send everybody on education for a little bit, because it's something I think we really need to kind of focus on a little bit more. But with kind of how we're redoing the teams, it's a little bit different. So, nope, no new hosting jobs. All right, next day. We're going to get this out today. That's kind of the goal. Just going to skip forward time. There we go. This is ready to release. So what we're going to do is we're actually probably going to do a press release, or press build, to kind of show off where it is right before we send it into beta. But I also think we might need to move up the release date. And I'm thinking now maybe October, somewhere around there. Kind of the idea. I think it would be probably the best. Could be wrong about that. I think let's see how fast we can get this last 3%. Oh, we're already at 2% now. We're waiting on. But I think once we kind of get that kind of squared away, we get an article here from something. Oh yeah, yeah. This is them just sending out the press release, so might be a good thing to see. No marketing support. Not really interested. Well, the support I'm kind of interested in, just because our support is just sitting there doing nothing. They want to have a support for 6 years. That's actually a quick job. I mean, per day, you're doing 4,000. That's another antivirus, though. Antivirus operating system. Oh, it's a game support. They only want that done for 6 years. Let's try one. Since we don't do any, since we don't have any games, I don't see why we couldn't. But we're doing support for Gun Killer at Night. That seems like an interesting game, to say the least. Cause like overnight, there's things that queue up and things like that, but it's nothing like you come in the next day and it's pretty much just like, oh, yeah, we're done. Or they're gone. So our support team's pretty good at that. Yeah, you can see already knock all those down. 100% satisfaction still. Good with that. So let's go ahead and kind of zoom this forward. So now we are at 100%. Let's go ahead and send some out for some reviews. Let's also send a press build out. So let the press see what we've got going on here. Kind of want to see where the reviews are to see how good this might be. It's already telling me I need to promote this now. We're at 7.3. Okay, I can kind of live with that. Let's go ahead and promote it. So it is now in beta. So now they'll fix bugs until, I mean, January still might be a bit too long. I mean, we're having two teams just work on Cyberworks. That's all they're doing. I might need to move that release date up a bit. If I go with October, that gives us what, 4 months to get all the bugs out? That actually might not be enough time. I'd like to get quite a few bugs out of this. So let's hold off a bit. I mean, worst thing we can do. Worst thing we can do is that something. What was I going to say? Worst thing we do is just leave it at January, and the best thing we can do is actually move it up. So, yeah. So it's not like it's the worst thing in the world if something were to happen. So, getting a lot of bugs out of it though. That's the good thing. Market. We can do another press build. Okay. We can't do reviews now, which I don't know. I think that's a little bit odd. Because I would think that that like even during the beta phase, you would send out beta testing and stuff like that. So to me, that doesn't really make too much sense. But I guess that's how they you play the game a little bit. You can still send out like press builds and stuff like that. So it's not like it's the worst thing in the world. We kind of send out another press build. I think we should try Try to get more followers to our cause here. Yep, they're saying it's looking okay. I don't like those words. No more hosting jobs. It's got a lot of education to do. What we'll do, once Cyberworks gets released, we're sending everybody out to go do stuff, essentially. Let's go ahead, and while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and create... let's go ahead and skip time forward here. So that's Dev Team 1. So that's going to become all of our programmers, support, marketing. Let's actually let's do... this is going to be Design 1. So Design 1 is actually where we're going to move all those people up to the 3rd floor, I think it is. So this one, I need to rename this one. I don't want to rename this team. Oh, rename. Well, marketing I don't really care about. Core team is pretty much going to become Dev. Renames Dev 2. Because that's essentially what they're going to become. So I'm Dev 1, Dev 2, and then support, we're going to rename Support 1. Because I'm going to have multiple support teams, I get a feeling. Probably for just the different pieces of software. I could be wrong about that. I might just do that a little bit differently here. Let's see, anything more fun? No hosting yet. Support for audio tool, antivirus, operating system, antivirus game. That's how long do they want that for? They want it till 1998. I think we can do that. So right now they're doing Army Camp in something. Okay. I was like, I don't know what it is. But it looks like they're giving us $8,000 almost. Roughly, we're getting about $15,000 a day off that. That's not terrible. We're getting quite a bit off this. I don't know how much exactly, but if somebody wants to do the math, it's this times this for every hour. So 24 hours times that, it's quite a bit. And apparently hosting jobs are like some of the kind of OP in this game, a little bit. Just because you can do so much with them. I am kind of curious now, can we actually do any porting to the new operating system? We cannot. Let's check the other ones just in case. We can actually send OmniDesk 90 to Cyberworks. Let's do it. I've got, let's actually assign this to Dev Team 1. Let's just take, assign Dev Team 1 off of there so they can just focus on that porting. Boombox, can we move over to Cyberworks? We can. Let's go ahead and pause that one for now. And how about Snippet 2D? Dev Team 1, we can. I don't know why we can't do Cyberworks or Guard Dog Unleashed on Cyberworks or anything. That's a little odd. But we can actually do everything else. Kind of our other three big programs, except for our antivirus, onto the new system. I'm not happy with that, but I can live with it. Ooh, we lost a little bit of money. That's not ideal. How are we doing bug-wise? It's not terrible. I really think maybe October is probably more of a better idea. So let's re-announce the release date as October of 1992. All right, it's going to give us another 3 months to work to get up bugs, and I think that's more likely. I always seem to overestimate things like that, but hopefully, kind of the idea is that these, at least 2, maybe 3 of these will be done by that time. And so when we release our operating system, it'll actually be ready to have all that software on it. Kind of as a release day bundle, I guess, or release day software. Be kind of nice. At least that is the hope for now, at least. Well, now, whether that's going to happen, well, we have yet to see that. Any more hosting? Any more hosting? No. That stinks. Hold on. I bet you if we look in finances, it'll tell us exactly what, how much we're getting off the hosting jobs. Didn't really think about that, but we can look here. Contracts. That's not it. There's got to be a way we can do this. Deals, interest, loans. Nope, that's all. Well, deals. We're getting about, I don't know, about $35,000 off of it. That's like paying the electric bill with it. But look at that. Our reputation is, well, because it's all the deals we're doing. They're just, our reputation is skyrocketing, which is awesome. That means people are going to know us better. Alright, OmniDesk 90 is now almost ported. Oh, it's waiting for the release. Okay, we can pause that now. We can start working on Boombox. Got a lot of stuff being shipped out, but that is okay. We'll get that up and going. So we have one. We should have all 3 pieces of software ready for when it comes to when CyberWorks comes out, which is good. It's kind of a selling point. Hey, you know, you want to continue to work on this? Great. We've already got this software ready for you, and hopefully other companies will kind of well, if we get enough users, that. We will be able to use that. Now, what I'm kind of a little concerned about is that last month we did not make any money on Guard Dog. I think what we need to do, let's see here. Let's look at details. I mean, it's made, it was a good amount of marketing and all that. I'm wondering, it's because it looks like we're only able to run on one operating system is why that's kind of having issues. Oh, it's running out of potential customers. That's probably why. Alright, so because of that, let's go ahead and end marketing for it. Just so that we don't spend too much more on it. But I'm pretty sure OmniDesk we're still okay on. Yeah, so we're still good on that because we have so many people still wanting to sell it. But let's actually, just to kind of help with this, we're going to change the price. We're going to get $60. We're going to drop the price $20. Just see if maybe that bring in a few more customers. We actually have almost 300,000 fans, which is awesome. But if we can actually get that up once CyberWorks releases, we're going to say, hey, this is ready to rock and roll. We're ready to do this, we're still losing a lot of followers, which I'm not a big fan of. But, it's, man, those deals, they just shoot your business right through the roof. That's awesome. And we might, hold on. It's like, hold on. We got some things queued up here, but I think it's more of people we were overnight stuff. Let's look here. Yeah, I mean, pretty much by 11:30 the next morning, we have all the tickets cleared out. That's pretty good. Is there any more hosting deals or anything like that we could maybe take on? Doesn't really like it. I'm wondering, the one we do have, Frames OS, who is that for is my question. I think we probably have to go over to deals, don't we? So that's for, hold on, it's for Beta Breeze. How big is Beta Breeze is my question. They're actually not worth that much. They're actually worth less than we are. Not worthless, worth less. That's the only actually operating system they are only ever software they put out, but it's not terrible. But you see here, we're actually one of the few companies that are still completely owned. And I'm thinking about maybe at one point actually buying out one of these companies. If I look at something like Cloud Garden, is there one I can see details on this thing? Details. There we go. So they only own shares in Time Ltd. Or no, or it's yeah, that works. That's how it works. So they've actually done a 2D editor and sound take. To be honest with you, that actually would not be the worst thing in the world to get a company like this, and here's the reason why. We actually, both have a 2D editor and an audio tool. We can take the technology they've used in this, along with our own technology, kind of combine them together and make a better snippet and a better boombox. Probably would not be the worst idea. I just bought something in that company. Don't know how much, but we did buy. Looks like about 21% of that company. Well, that was a bit more than I thought we were going to do, but you know what? That's okay. We that's something I think that might be the first company we'll out. We might buy out Cloud Garden. Well, no, it'd be kind of interesting to see how that's going to go. Cyberworks got 900 bugs already out of it. Yeah, I figured there was going to be quite a few bugs in it, just because of how many people we had working on it. But, oh boy, that took a nosedive. Fair enough. I know we actually bought we bought stock last month, and that's why. All right, so Boombox now complete. Set that down there. Let's go ahead and pause that. Let's start working on snippet 2D. Fred, it's 2D, not 2. My idea, bit of an issue. All right, so I think snippet's screaming up there, so I think that'll be. Ooh. I think it'll be ready. It's next month. It'll have to be ready. We'll see. Well, it is going up pretty quick. If it's not going to be ready for release, it'll be ready shortly after. Burglars try to loot us. We said, nah, baby, nah. And we're so good. It seems like we've been playing this forever. We've only been playing for 45 minutes, and we almost got Cyberworks ready to rock and roll. I'm really excited for this one. I'm hoping it kind of also boosts sales of our rest of our products, because we really could use the boost in it. A couple people calling in sick here. Still losing money, but, that's fair. Print jobs, some support jobs, some marketing. Nothing really fun, nothing really catching my attention here. But we are just cruising right now. It is October. I'd like to get a few more bugs worked out of this. And I'd like to get Snippet out to the public. We are going to release it probably the next day, probably about noon, like we always do. Alrighty, here we go. So let's go ahead, just kind of fast forward time here. Snippet actually might be ready. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and hit work on it, like develop it technically. It is almost noon. So let's do this. Alright, so it's a little before noon, but we'll do that. 11:57. Yes, I do want to start a marketing campaign. Let's put 200,000 on it. Send it to the marketing team, of course. Yes, I do want to make some copies. Let's go ahead. Oh, that's actually not what I want to. I actually want to make my own. So hold on, Cyberworks. Start printing. Let's do 150,000 copies. That's 15,000. 150,000 copies. Hopefully that'll work. Let's also order some copies. Let's order like 50,000. Just so that we have some in stock right when we, first day. So we're doing marketing. Let's go ahead and take care of number one. Let's look at the deals and see if there's anything new here for us. Does not look like it. All right. So let's actually look at this, because half of our people here are wanting education. For some reason, they're not getting it. This guy, where does he work at? Does it say where he's at? Oh, he's on Dev Team 1. and he's looking for some programming. Let's do 2D. Dev Team 1 as well. Let's go ahead and educate you. Looks like let's go 2D. Educate you. He wants more programming. Let's go with system. We've been working on that quite a bit. This guy's on Dev Team 2, so this is their core team. What originally was their core team. You want everything, which is a bit surprising. Let's go ahead and do a level 3 network, level 3 system. One design there. We'll do some 2D art as well. I'm kind of curious if the HR actually have set that up incorrectly. This guy is on Dev Team 2. So 2D system, and we'll do some art as well. This guy is on Dev Team 2, so we can do... Let's do hardware for this guy. Same with the design. We'll do a little 2D art as well. This person can actually learn a bunch of programming. Let's do a level 3 hardware, though, so that we have somebody who can do that. Same with programming. And we'll do a little bit of 2D art. So educate this person here. We'll do a little bit of system. Educate here. Programming. Let's do another hardware person and do some 2D art. Because we're just now getting to the point where we can actually do 2D or 3D programs. So may not be the worst idea to start looking into that. System. I think I like that. Same with network. Great. Educate. Let's do 3D because I don't think we really have a big 3D programmer. We got 2 of them now. We actually get a third, and also get a 2D one as well. Let's also do design. I'll do 3D design and 3D art. Be a nice 3D person there. Audio programming, not terrible. We'll do audio as well in the art, as well as design. Why not? Educate here. This guy wants some more. We'll do audio. Let's do audio here, and here, and here. We'll do a couple people like that, just so we have, a good, well-rounded team. I used to say. So network, and we'll do another audio guy there. This guy, 2D. Let's see, this person wants some programming, but you're not really a programmer. We'll do it in audio, but I highly doubt you'll ever do that. System, man, there's a lot of people that want education. Holy cow. I don't know. I think we really need to go back through and fix some of this. Because I figured that this would actually... Alright, so let's change this. So, let's actually go over to teams, because I think this is what's kind of our issue right now, is that none of this is actually getting corrected. So, education. No employees in selected specialization. What does that... Oh, well... hold on. So I don't care. Education level 3. We can do... I'll do 1. I think that might be our issue, is that we only told them they can go up to level 1 education. And this is... Oh, that's not what I want to do. HR management. And I think we can actually... we can very easily get level 3 people, but... it's just... I keep clicking the wrong button. But we can easily easily get to level 3 people. But I did it again. But we can easily get multiple people out there. You know what? Let's actually crank everything up to HR management to 2, so they can have more people going out that way. Design doesn't have anybody right now for education or anything, so that kind of works. But Cyberworks is now released. Let's go ahead, and I know essentially all that we did was just going to be for some of the people. Let's go ahead and can we just... Oh, shoot. Well, let's wait for everybody to leave for the day, which should be relatively soon. There we go. Alright, well, there's still a couple employees straggling out. Alright. Let's go over into build mode. Let's get this. Hold on. This. Duplicate the furniture here. And boosh. Now, that's already at 100% acoustics. Temperature-wise, not great. Ventilation we have to work on, but we can do that because I actually figured out how to do that last time. Let's go ahead also. Ooh, actually, can we move all this to this side? Because I can only have 2 on the other side. I'll duplicate it like this. And we'll just kind of. I don't like. I don't want the lights there. Duplicate. I guess I can't have the cubicle walls there. Let's try this one more time. All right. Oh, because I have all those diamonds against the wall. Well, I guess it really helps with acoustics, but I think we need to at least delete the bottom row. I really prefer to have more office desk than the acoustics there. Yes, there it's better. Let's get this wall fixed first, and then we can copy these desks over. There we go. So now this will be actually our design team. And I just realized that I have no idea what they actually need. Do they need a calculator, or do they need... So function, not really productivity. Computer, new. All right, here we go. Design, a little bit of design there. Design's not bad there. Actually, might be. The inbox that actually helps them more. It's actually not bad. We can actually do. Everybody can have an inbox. So is there? There's a way you can do this. It says like select. Delete it. Perfect. Now I can go through and just. It's going to be a bit, but we can get this done. This one. Alright, there we go. So now, also, I've already decided on some colors. So for design, I'm going to go with a green. And I actually don't want to do that. Paint that, go interior first. Put a nice, like, dark green. I'm liking the dark green there. And this, we'll change the brown like we usually do. Maybe a little bit darker. There we go. Do some texturing. Exterior, we'll do kind of that. Oh, hold on. That's a little much. Floor, we'll do some nice wood. Oh, or if I don't hit accept, we won't do anything. That's great. Apply. There we go. So now we need to add some little more ventilation, which is fine. We can do that. Where is the fan? That's what I'm looking for. Alright, so that should be good now. Now we need the same thing for heating. But these I can actually place along here. And there we go. That's perfect. That actually works. It actually looks a little more. I like the look of those. It's kind of nice. So this will be for our dev team. So let's switch teams here to, or I'm sorry, design team. I want to say dev team. I don't know why, but, and also let's select all the types. Let's go ahead and repaint all these to a nice dark green. There we go. Color coordinated at its finest. All right, so now we can actually start moving some people around. So when they come in the next day, they'll be on their correct, or their new teams, I should say. So let's look in Dev Team 1. Employees, let's see, look here. So nope. Is there a way you can kind of organize these guys by their skill? Like this person, I know is going to be a development person. So I'd like to change teams to design 1. And let's see here. No, not really. He is a designer. Easily change teams. Design 1. So Jenny Harrington is... Yeah, I think she's more of a designer than anything else. So let's change teams to design 1. Mason is a designer, easily. So design, Ashley is a designer. Yep, I can go ahead and change her teams. Nope. Yes, he is. It's kind of always like, it's like you're just kind of going through. It's like no, yes, no. It's this is kind of how you have to do it, though. I also need to check. Oh, I don't even know where I was at on this one. I think it's about where I was. So nope, no. No, he's more of a programmer. You also got to remember, I don't know how many people. Number one, we got to figure out how many people we can put in there. He is very much a designer. Why did he not change teams? There we go. Nope, programmer. He's a developer. Or designer, I should say. Alright, so now... She's more of a designer, but she's also the leader. So that one I don't care about. Let's just go through artist, 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 art. Bunch all artists through here, and then you got all the programmers down here. Which really what I can do now is in HR management for Dev 1. I actually can say role selection, best roles. Because we are going to a point where they don't have to worry about doing the design. Works out pretty well. So right now we've got 10 people on there. That sounds about right. So we have 5 across and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. So we can hire 40 people. Don't quite think we have that. But we still got to go through here. I don't know why she's in this group, but she's a designer. So design 1. Hopefully we can kind of get those skills up a little bit faster. Also a designer, so design 1. Nope. Yep, he's going to be a designer. No, programmer. Programmer can be either one. I'll keep him in this group. He's a designer. All right. I was like, did I miss anybody? Yeah, this is max points there. I've got nothing else to learn, which is kind of sucks, but you know, it happens. So nope, these are all programmers. He really is a designer, isn't he? Yeah, he is. All right, so let's change him to the design team. Programmer. Could be a designer. Nope. He's a designer. He's definitely a designer. Designer there. We hire them in burst. So it's like, you know, and they keep in the order they were hired. So it is kind of nice. You have like 3 or 4 in a row, like real quick. And I think we're getting towards the end here, and I think we've got everybody out of here. So, all right, so here's what we're going to do. So employees, we can hire, remember, they can hire up to 40 people. HR management, we got to remember, we got to change these two. So designers, we're going to go to 0. So that means we have 10 people to kind of distribute to each one of these. So we can do 15 here and 24 there. Because that'll get us to 39. The leader doesn't really count, so that'll be 40. Same with Dev 1 here. Do HR management. 0 designers, please. But you will get 15 artists and 16 programmers. That gets you up to 29. It's a little bit smaller room, so that'll be 30 people in total. So now we have our design team. So that's kind of nice. That's actually not what I was looking for here. So now we do have quite a few here. Pretty much this team is just going to be I mean, you see here, we actually have we have all but one thing maxed out. We could use another 2D designer and 3-star 2D designer, 3-star two. Let me write these down. If we're going to take the time to actually work on our teams like this, let's actually do it right. So in this case, I'm going to need at least, I'd like to get 2 of everything 3 stars. So we need 2 system. We're going to need 1 2D, 1 hardware, and the rest of them we can kind of fill in later. Right now we have, that would take up, 4 slots? That would get us to 23 people. We can have up to 40 on this team. So let's go ahead and hire a few people. So they'll come in. Let's also hire a HR person for design team 1. Let's look at compatibility. This one, let's see here. Skill interview, please. Socialization, which is awesome. They can hold meetings and handle the hiring and firing and educations. I am good with that. They're also a pretty good design person. Funny enough. I think that's the person we're going to hire. There we go. So, more employees now. So we're looking for designers. We're going to look for system first, high salary, because I got a feeling that's going to be only thing we're going to find that's going to have. Why is it not letting me? All right, so system, they're good on. I am good with that. Let's hire that person. Skill interview. Good like that. Boom. Let's hire. Because I didn't click on overall skill. I thought I did. Designer. We're looking for 2D now. High salary. Good compatibility here. Does have the 2D we need. And also has a little bit of HR as well. Let's go ahead and hire that person. Then we need 1 hardware person. And we'll get them all up to, that'll get us all up to the correct, the kind of the where I'm looking at. Now, we haven't really done much with hardware yet, and I'm a little bit apprehensive, but because I've never done it before. But I think that'll be actually kind of fun. So for HR management for this one, you can handle the wages and complaints. I'm going to give you a budget of $2,000. I don't know why. Don't know what that really means, but all right. Role selection, don't change because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have them all doing development anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Education, I do want, please. Hiring, essentially you're going to need, well, I hired the ones I want, but you're going to be able to have 39 of these people along with yourself. For everybody saying it has 1 artist, I highly doubt that. Let's do a medium salary for these guys. Preferred age of 30. Let's do this. They really don't have. There we go. Well, I guess you say those specializations, but I want designers only. Okay, that's fair. So I'll probably have to crank this down to 38 or 38 because it says I have 1 artist. But that's okay. Looks like that is all taken care of. So let's skip to the next day. We can finally see how well we're doing here. Cyberworks made $3.5 million. That went in the garbage can too. I am amazing. This software is amazing. We are making money again. We made a lot of money again. So let's read the newspaper the next morning. We got a nice crisp newspaper. It is 1992. There probably is, well, the internet yes, I guess the early days of the internet was starting to come out, but probably not for news. Cyberfire LLC is ready with its first computing release. We haven't really heard of them before, which really is odd, because for some reason my reputation is now 0. I don't know how that happened. Which is weird. I don't maybe a bit of a glitch. Cyberworks is a respectable product. We can't even imagine how complicated this must be behind the scenes, and it runs very smoothly. Packed with full of art, and is completely humbling to witness. It will be very interesting to see whether it can compare to PenView 6 by Fancy Studios. Overall, Cyberworks is okay, I guess. And it's probably not going to move many copies. It would help if they spent some more time getting the word out. They still need to make a name for themselves in this market, which is fair. But they're starting to... Oh, well, room's dirty now. All right. What we need to do, though... The last time we released a snippet 2D was 86, so it's been 6 years. So let's go ahead and get the dev team, well, not the dev team, the design team working on a new, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's get them working on a new 2D editor. Snippet 2D is going to be kind of the original ones because we can actually get all the original stuff in there. We're going to call this Snippet 3. Great name there. I'll just call it Snippet 2 again. SCM, we're going to do Development Server 1 there. Publisher, we don't need one. Advanced. That's all right. So let's do all this. Let's do kind of what we originally did. Still looking at only at 96% support there. We can do 100% if we get drawing tablet support in there. But it's saying it's going to take approximately 2 years. I guess we're going to put on PenView 6. I'm wondering if because of the system, we can't put it on. Can we add... Because I'd like to have this out on CyberWorks too. Maybe both if we can. Well, let's actually just work on CyberWorks. We can then port it over to PenView 6. Yeah, this is a very drawing heavy product. I'm still wondering why it's saying that. Because I actually want to send this to Dev Team 1. No, Dev Team 2 is the one to get all the programmers and the artist in. That's kind of the big one I wanted to work on. So I think that works pretty well. You know what? Let's go for it. Just because here's the reason why. It does say that there was maybe one feature we could have taken out, but that actually gives us all the system we need, as well as it gives us all the basic software. So we're already getting, hopefully, that out. I'm kind of liking that. So our development team will start working on that, and then once they're good at, we actually might put out maybe a boombox or something like that. I think something like that would be kind of nice, or just something simple like that. But they still want a lot of education over here. As you can see here are some of the support, well, not really support team, like, he's maxed. Okay, let's kind of let that run. Let's see if our education goes down any. See if maybe that will help a little bit. But it seems like everything's going okay. We've made 3 point. Hold on, time out. Do we really max out the budget? No, I meant to put 200,000. Bit of a miscalculation there. Yeah, hopefully that marketing will kind of boost sales of CyberWorks. Now I got a question: how good is so? It's a good quality. We already have almost 27,000 users. Hopefully we can get that marketing up a little bit. So we've almost tripled the amount of users. We've already made a profit. We made $8.8 million on it last month. Where is my vault that just has like stacks of money I can go dive into? Where can I build that at? That is amazing. Already at 60,000 active users. Our support team's probably going to start drowning in tickets here in a second. Not really, actually. We're actually still pretty well able to keep up with that. So that's a good thing. We've got some more deals here. Mostly print jobs and marketing and design. Of course, people want us. I guess we're known for our design now. We might need to start looking into actually either expanding. Well, not really expanding the meeting rooms. The meeting rooms are actually kind of nice. But I think if we can expand this out, we can actually have a second entrance for our support team. I think that might not be a bad area to do that in. Could be wrong, but, you know, just a thought. Our dev team's still cranking away at the first iteration of Snippet 3. It is in development now. Oh no, some employees are unhappy. Take it to your HR person. That's kind of the best way to say that. Can we go ahead and do, well, really can't do anything much with it because I don't know when we're going to release that. But I am kind of concerned though. The design team only has 24 people on it. Did I not activate the HR management? You know why? Because I didn't actually assign the leader. That would probably be why. Cyberpunk? Or Cyberpunk. I said it. Cyberworks. By the way, it's kind of the idea of how the name came about. I was kind of really big into Cyberpunk recently. Been playing it a little bit more too. It's a fun game, as long as you can get through the bugs. Because I didn't actually assign the leader. Where did I put... that's an issue. I don't remember who I actually made the leader. Because you gotta remember, there's gotta be a way we can figure out. Hold on. No, but that was the person we did hire, though. So maybe this person. Aha! Found him. This person changed their roles to the leader. There we go. So now they should hire all the people and should fill that office pretty well with all the designers we're going to need. But for some reason, they all went out to lunch. They're back. All right, never mind. So hopefully that'll kind of fill up a little bit more in the coming days. Let me take a look here. Design's already at 40 people, so that's perfect. Dev Team 1, for some reason, does not have... Nope, Dev Team 1 only can have 30 people in it. Never mind. It says 32. Somebody's holding a meeting right now. That's pretty cute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not right. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 30. Okay. So Dev Team 1, which I'm going to switch those around. Hold on. This is going to be Dev 2. Oh, nope. That's actually not what I want to do. Rename to Dev 2. All right. Rename to Dev 2. Or just name it 2. Rename this to Dev 1. Because that's our original core team. And then rename this to Dev 2. Just so that I know this is the bigger team, this is the smaller team, then I've got the in the middle team there. And really, honestly, our support team could be bigger. This is the support room. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can have up to 40 people in the support team. And they're still able to handle those tickets right now. So we can actually expand it and not have to... Well, I forgot that we didn't have a full support team yet. But we can very easily do that. I just want to point out, $6.3 million this month. How much... All right, I got a question then. So, we couldn't release Guard Dog, which is... I don't think we still can, but we'll try. Do it on Penview. That just released in 1990. Oh, released this month. Awesome. All right, we'll do it that way because why not? We could use that. But Omnidesk made just over $500,000. Boombox made some money. Even Snippet 2 is actually making money this month. I mean, fair enough. It's kind of a holdover until we can get Snippet 3 done. But you know, it's still not terrible. All of our teams are actually working now, which is awesome to see. Any more hosting deals or anything like that? Oh, hold on. We do. Hosting for Penview 7 looks like. Hold on. Is that correct? And we're going to accept it. But I'm pretty sure that's the new... that's actually the new operating system they just put out, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if we got full stars and they're just stuck there or what. But yeah, it doesn't look like we have any reputation, which is not good. But we have a bunch of fans. This month, right now, we're at $1.9 million already for Cyberworks. So how many users? We have 115,000 active users for that now. That is amazing. Now I'm wondering. Now I don't want to be stingy because reasons, but I'm wondering, can we? Oh, we failed it still. 150. Ooh, no, $150. Really hit us in the pocketbook there, fire department. Ugh, that's I don't know how we're gonna have to really reevaluate how we run this company now. Anyways, so I think we're getting a bit off the hosting job, so it's not terrible. See if there's any more good ones out there. It looks like actually our education has gone down. That's awesome. So that means I've got to actually set up properly now. But going back to the... Oh, hold on. I've got an issue. Hold on. One employee. You are on Dev 2. Did I accidentally hire too many people for Dev 2? This is the Dev 2 room, correct? Yes. 5, 6, 7, 8 times 4 is 32. Yeah, I don't know. Auto assign computers. I don't know. That's a little odd. Anything fun? Marketing? No, not really. Is there anything we're really... not really. They're still all active. That's kind of the problem here. Alright, see how much money we're going to make today. We're at 1.4 million for that. How many active users do we have? We have 131,000 active users for Cyberworks. It's pretty good, I would say, so far. So snippet 3 is about to be handed off to the dev team 1. So good idea. Not bad at all. So iteration 4. So, well, I'm sorry. They have to go through iteration 4. We're going to go through all 4 iterations now because we have our own design team. That's all their job is. I am curious, though. We might need to hire a... hold on. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to do that. We might want to hire a receptionist for the... hold on. Something like that, just to make sure we have full coverage all day. So we maybe get some more deals in. Fingers crossed. I'm trying to think what we actually what else? What's the next software we could develop? And I'm thinking maybe a. Do we want to do another boombox? Get that going for us. May not be a bad idea. It's also, while I'm thinking about it, let's go look at some stocks. Not our own stocks. I actually want to look at other companies. So Cloud Garden's actually gone up in popularity. Not ideal. Ooh. Let's go ahead and buy them out. So we're at right now we're at 30% of the company owned. It's not bad. Can we... Details... I mean, they're doing some mediocre stuff here, which is not bad. I mean, they got 81,000 active users for their next snippet, or their next 2D editor, which honestly, if we can buy these people out, number one, we'd own all these stocks too, so that's kind of nice. But there's got to be a way we can maybe try to buy these people out and hopefully maybe get all the technology that they're having in theirs, and maybe actually do what would be their next one. Maybe do an audio tool, maybe make Boombox a little bit better. But right now they haven't released enough shares for me to do that. But that is okay. So we might be looking at a subsidiary today. That'd be kind of neat. Because I don't want to completely, like, essentially hostile takeover and just destroy their company. I do want to use them as something. So let's see, Cyberworks, 1.3 million. Usually at the beginning of the month, not as good usually, but what is this? Manufacturing? Oh, it's hardware manufacturing. Huh. I've never done that, so I don't know how that would work. Let's take a look at it. I'm kind of curious because, I mean, we've got printing pretty well done. We can get software in and out pretty easily. For print jobs, though, should we actually stop printing some I mean, things like, do we... Like this one. What is this one? This is Snippet 2D. I mean, we're still selling it because that's kind of our most recent one. So it's, I don't know, that might be something we need to keep going. But let's look at, let's see, manufacturing. So I've got this one prints new components, and then this one assembles the components, and then this one recycles unfinished components. So it seems pretty simple. So we can do 1,000 copies per box. It's not terrible. I'm wondering if this is actually the reason why they're having issues with us. Because that we actually have no fire systems over here, which we probably should. Let's actually do that real quick. Or do we have any fixtures, or we just have lights over here? Let's go ahead and do a sprinkler over here. Because I got a feeling that probably would not be the worst idea, especially around these printers, if something were to go wrong. Alright, so there is all that. Now, how about a fire alarm? I could be wrong. This could be something that they're not too concerned about, but I don't know. But yeah, the hardware doesn't seem that bad to do. I just don't know what we would do hardware-wise. Like, can we develop? See, it's all, you know, pretty much the same stuff. I don't know. Research. Let's look at research now, because we are starting to get to the point where we can actually... 1990... Well, 1990 is like the most advanced we can get right this second here. 2D, same way. 3D is 1991. See here, some of the studios have already actually started working on stuff like that. $1993 system. I don't know. I don't think we can really... not really too concerned about it. We really don't have the people to do it. We're just really kind of focused more on the software side and stuff like that. So I think we'll be okay. But, you know. Design, development, marketing. There's one manufacturing job. Nothing really exciting, I guess you could say. Is there a way, though? And I think there is. Nope. Can I actually pretty much create the first online distribution platform? Oh wow, there actually is quite a few games like that they're actually adding into Cyberworks, which is awesome. Let's see here. There's got to be a way we can actually... I don't know. I'd be kind of interested to see if there's a way we can actually set our set our software to a hosting platform. Because I know you can. How I do it, not really sure. What also we need to do, we haven't done this, do a paid vacation. We haven't done any employee benefits. So let's do a Christmas bonus, because I'm a nice guy. Vacation and paid. Severance pay, we'll do a little bit of that. 50% of the termination. Minimum raise, we'll do $48 a year. I'm okay with that. Health insurance, and we'll do life insurance, and maybe a little bit of pension. Why not? So everything but a company car, essentially. We've kind of actually raised everything. But that's okay. I'm okay with actually giving that to my employees because we're making a ton of money. I don't know why we can't boost their benefits. Maybe we'll make them a little more happy, essentially. At least that's the hope. Skip time forward. Dev team's running a little bit slower than I'd like them to, at least on iteration 4. Let's go ahead and just develop it. So now it's over. It should be assigned to dev. Actually, I want to do dev 1. Let's do that, and then we can go on ahead and hit the market button. I'm going to give them a year. So 1994 is when we're going to release this thing. Essentially 11 months and 1 day. And that we should be able to get it out then. It's not a huge program, and we've done a couple of these already. Let's go ahead and get some of this going here. Now, let's go ahead and work on our next software, because this is kind of how I want to do this. Operating system, I actually want to do a audio tool. And original IP, we want to make a sequel to Boombox. We'll make this Boombox 2. Oh, I see what's going on now. So the reason we can't do any more on this site because it's actually limited. Oh, that sucks. Because right now we're releasing something at a technology level in 1988. Which is not ideal. So let's actually look into research now. We do a lot with 2D, but for some reason, 1989 is the most recent 2D. I guess that's the most recent one kind of thing. What would happen if I actually said this to design team 1? What would happen? So they're just going to research that for a bit, I guess. I don't know how fast it's going to go up. Doesn't look like very fast at all. Yikes. Alright. That's interesting. I didn't know that's what researching did, but let's see here. Can we actually... What are we looking at? Let's see here. I want to kind of see how Cloud Garden's going. Details. Do you have any more to sell? Not really. I'd like to buy them out if I can. Not that I can or anything, but you know. Our research is going up a little bit, so that's not too terrible. But our dev team is just really just sitting there. Maybe it is. We can just try to do another audio editor. I'll do a sequel to Boombox. That does give us this. Channel mixer. Well, we can max out. We can actually max out the audio level for this one. And I'm not really happy with the interface thing, but we can do that. So this will be Boombox 2. It's going to go from Design 1 to Dev 2. Right to Advanced, make sure we've got everything here. We want to add CyberWorks to this. That's what we want to use. Actually, can we use something a little bit more? We can use Final Cut 4 because we do plan on buying that company out eventually. So I'm okay with that. That looks good. Let's go ahead and develop it. I know it's a little complex, but sure. So marketing can go down. That can kind of all go down. I'm going to let this run for a little bit. Our design team's still designing pretty well. Nothing. Hopefully with the research, it won't slow them down too much. That's kind of the hope, at least. Still making a lot of money off of our operating system here. So in 1 month, we've already got about 15%. I think we'll be okay with getting it out next April. I really think we might need to go ahead and start working on, a second dev team. It might not be a worse thing to actually have a research team. Maybe that's just an idea. But think about this. If we can get this research done for 3D editing, imagine doing a snippet 3D, and it'd be a different one from 3. It'd be 3D, and have kind of the patent on that. That actually might not be the worst idea in the world. Is that just my thought, at least? Don't really know how that's going to go, but we'll see. Ooh, Cyberworks only made about $1 million in that last day, or last half the month. Not ideal, I'll be honest with you. Let's also, while they're just sitting there, let's go ahead and put Dev Team 2 on Snippet 3, because why not? We can have both our dev teams working on it while Boombox is still under development. Get maybe a little boost of speed, a little boost of code. Let's go ahead and while we're out there, let's go ahead and put out a press build. Let's go ahead and ask for some reviews as well. There we go. Only asked for 150 this time. It's still a 2.6, but it's still really kind of early on in the development cycle. Hopefully that'll improve once we get it up a little bit more. We've spent the most design time on this one, so hopefully this will that one's ready to release. So also, while we're at it, let's go ahead and do some hype for it, just so that we don't lose any people. Kind of the idea, at least. Actually do this, move down one, so we know that these two are our money makers right now, and this is the one that's in development. So not too bad so far. Still kind of, right now it's kind of a waiting game. We're trying to figure out what we want to do with our teams and everything. We also got some newspapers we can read. Let's see here. That's just telling us about the thing. So, Snippet 3. So, Cyberfire LLC announced Snippet 3. The target demographic doesn't really know who they should by now. They were planning to release next year. We haven't really heard about Snippet 3. It looks dead in the water, but it has all the new features. I think that's just because we released the press build a little early on that one. Maybe jumped the gun a little bit. Marketing, print job support, and I'm not really interested in any of those. Aha, there it is. Digital distribution. Yes, I'd like to take the tutorial. I haven't done this one yet. So, start selling products through your own digital online store. You can click the highlighted button in the distribution window and pick a server to run the store on. Note that running your own store will require a lot of bandwidth, especially if the product is selling well. If you want to make some extra copies by distributing other companies' products in your server, you can enable it by using the highlighted. Okay. Your digital market share and the business reputation combined with the cutting it or the cut. Okay. Companies automatically start signing up to your servers each month. Active sellers are listed at the toggle. All right. So essentially, that's how you become your own Steam. So what I want to do is come down here, and we are going to duplicate this. Oh, hold on. Can we actually get better servers? That's something I'm going to look at. So that's a tower server. We can't get the next one till 2000, which is a couple years off. So I will go ahead and just duplicate these. Like so and so. So that'll be store server 1, and then I'll have a backup for the store server, just in case something were to happen to it. Connect those servers up. Connect those servers up. Now, let's look at our servers here. So server 9, which one's server 9 right now? Don't know which one's server 9. This will be store server 1. Rename. This is store. Oh, I can't spell store backup. And so now, which one's this one? Does not say. So we can select fallback, store backup there. There we go. So now there is that. Got plenty of bandwidth, 8 gigabits per second. Not terrible. Digital distribution, we'll go ahead. We will take, if they want to sign up, I've got to assign something somewhere. Open digital, yes. We'll do store server 1. We'll go ahead and do that, but we want 8%. We'll do 9%. How about that? So now we should start seeing maybe next month that we can actually, it'll actually show up as, hey, we're actually selling stuff online now. We're the first company to do that. And we get ahead of the curve on that, We've got the money. We've got the servers to do it, so why not? Anything? No? All right, well. You know what? Let's actually look at this. What is this? So start the tour. Develop software. Some of the products have to be manufactured and can't be sold digitally, like phones and gaming consoles. That's kind of cool. However, these products usually have a lower barrier to entry for market penetration, but use a high upfront investment. You'll also be able to satisfy customers more easily by adding hardware features rather than spending years coding complex software features. Ordering hardware gets very expensive, and you'll have to set up your own manufacturing if you want to make a decent profit. Try selecting a software and category type that requires hardware manufacturing, like the console operating system. Something like that. So what I need for manufacturing. So I'm going to need... Oh boy. Manufacturing views, which components need to be printed and how they should be assembled. The top most components need to be printed. We'll show you how many component printers you need to print as many components as possible. Promote these components will determine the amount of cost to manufacture. Once one copy of your product, the rest of the components will be assembled in component assembler. So essentially what it's saying is right now plastic. So one printer needs plastic. I need 2 assemblers to make joysticks, and then I need 2 printers to make boards, 4 printers to make controllers. Then it goes into the console itself, and then goes into a final assembly. Okay. Going to build mode here. So click on that. Oh, go down a little bit. So this is the 3 there. So this is the printer. We were looking at these a little earlier. The component recycle at the manufacturing process to recycle any components in unfinished assemblies in case you have inefficiencies in your setup. Alright, so actually, that's actually kind of useful. So note that shipping products have to go through a final assembly to be shippable. Components in white boxes will not go into pallets or garage ports. Okay, fair. New. Okay, that's actually kind of neat. Alright, so we might have to look at that maybe. Not right now, because we're not really developing games or anything, but I guess we could do the operating system, stuff like that, so we have other people design the games for us. That is a possibility we could do. So let's see, let's get a review. We'll do 150, that's fine. We're about halfway. The system's actually really good on this one. Awesome. Because there really was not much system to it, I guess you could say. So, not terrible at all. And also, since it's an in-house, lightning's flashing on my face. It's not great. Since it's actually we're working on an in-house operating system, it kind of makes sense. So, it makes sense to me at least. Still making a ton of money, which is awesome. How are we doing? Like, how is the other company? How's like, is it? It's something cloud, or what is Cloud Garden? I'm sorry. Looks like they were actually leapfrogging some people, which is good in some ways. But we actually own 25. We actually own a quarter, just over a quarter of the company now. So Theta, what is up with Theta? They don't have anything right there. Let's look at Stick Industries. What do we got going on here? These guys, what kind of products we got here? Audio tools and a 2D editor. And they're actually great audio tools. Just their, well, it's released. They're. This actually wouldn't be the worst idea to actually start buying out. I know we're going to lose some money, but that's actually not bad. We already own 36% of the company. Honestly, we could do this for $500,000, and we now can actually take that company over for $2.7 million. You know what? I think it's actually worth it. Do you want to take over and its IPs and make it a subsidiary? Let's make it a subsidiary. We will put $7 million. Well, we'll put 8. 7 seems a little odd. 8000000. There we go. Yes, let's begin this because I've never used a subsidiary before. Your controller subsidiaries mainly, you control subsidiaries mainly in the company details window. You can use the slider to withdraw and deposit money just like you would at a savings account. Drawing all money from subsidiary will close the company down, giving you all their assets. The detail window also gives you an overview of their planned releases and the ability to cancel them. Continue. Development takes up resources for a subsidiary. If you want them to work on a specific task or you want them to control their release schedule, you can disable their autonomy to make sure they don't spend time doing other things. Fair. You can only assign products that the subsidiary normally develops, so pay attention to their past and future releases. Try opening the design document and picking the software type. Okay. New. Let's go over here. Try opening the design document. Design document. All right, developing takes. All right, let's look here. Yeah, I don't know what they're wanting me to look at here. Design. Yeah, so essentially, they're saying I can only assign them certain things. I guess it's I can somehow control what they develop, which how that works, not really sure. Yeah, I'll figure this out by myself. It's a little bit of a headache. Yes, I do want to cancel that tutorial. So now Stick Industries is now my subsidiary. So I can look at here, and we've already got, they've got Audio Tools 7. Well, that's a great name there, guys. Which is fine. They can release that audio tool. I kind of wish I can move things like Boombox to them. Like I say, hey, we are going to cancel all that. We're going to move Boombox over to you guys. Not have to worry about it. Sure, why don't we do this one as well, just so because, you know. I'm wondering if actually this is what we can actually... No, okay, so we actually have to have somebody here. I think that's adding a new team. Okay, that's fair. And I'll cancel it for now. Essentially, we can kind of do... Essentially, we're going to go, hey, you know, let the leaders decide how that... Which I'm okay with eventually. If we set up teams just for Omnidesk or for CyberWorks, something like that, I think that would be the way to do it. But, you know. Anything fun? Nope. All right, well, that's unfortunate. We did lose quite a bit of money. We lost about, I don't know, about 10 million, I would say. Look at that, 10 million on the nose. Just for buying that company out, which is fair. I that's something I wanted. I wanted to do the same to Cloud Garden, though, eventually. But right now, we only own about 40%. We need at least 51% to take them over. And I think with Cloud Garden, though, I think I would take over all their assets because of the fact that they've developed some really interesting products for both 2D and audio tools, which I think we can kind of roll into ours. Which really, that's kind of what I want to do with Stick as well. Because if you look here, they have some really good audio and great editor tools, which I kind of want to roll into mine eventually. So I'm gonna survive for a little while longer, but there will come a day when they will no longer be needed. We'll just put it that way. All right, so I think we're ready to develop this thing. Let's go ahead and do some marketing on it. Let's do a press release on it. Marketing for Boombox 2. We'll move research down here because that's going to take a while, but that's all they can do. Well, that's, you know, awesome they can do that now. Let's go ahead and get some reviews out for this. You know what? We'll send them over to Stick Industries. Why not? Because I get free reviews from them, so that's kind of nice. That's actually a really good score for where it's at now. I'm a little surprised. Which is awesome because that means it's going to be a hit, hopefully. And we will port it over to all the major systems and everything. So, speaking of porting over to the major systems, have we got anything for our digital distribution platform yet? We do. We actually have all of Stick Industries stuff on our digital platform. It's actually gone up. We're actually using 2% of our products. But yeah, that's actually pretty neat. Let's actually cut it down to maybe 7%. Let's get some people on here, hopefully. Holy cow. Everybody decided, like, you know what? At 9%, not enough. We're not going to accept that. Drop it to 7%. Half of the industry is now on my digital distribution platform. That's amazing. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to need probably a second server for the store. So what I'm going to do, drop this down here. Let's actually just go ahead and do this. Let's duplicate that whole rack. So we have a full thing here. This is actually going to be the backup server now. This entire section here. And then I'm actually going to do this. Connect all those into one server. Now, that should be better. So, I think at least, hold on. Let's see here. So, store server 1, digital distribution. This is actually, this is now the store backup. Store backup. Rename. Select fallback to store backup. So now I've got 16 gigabits of bandwidth for that. But that is pretty neat. Hopefully that'll actually pay off a little bit. Because now it says we're only using 2.3%. I mean, that's... Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're using 18.19% of the bandwidth available. And that kind of flattened off a little bit because we did add some more But let's see if we actually how much we actually made on. Ooh, holy cow! I actually own part of this just because I think I took when I took over that one company. I bought them out. Oh, so this is actually a gaming company. Ew. That actually might be not be the worst idea. If we want to develop like a console or something like that, actually buying a game company and having them deal with all of our games for our console probably would not be the worst idea in the world. But I actually want to look at our finances really quick. See how our digital distribution's going. Distribution, we're losing about $500,000 on it. Awesome. Not ideal, I'll be honest with you. But can we put our own stuff on there? Hold on. Or is our stuff already on there? It's kind of a different question. Doesn't look like any of our stuff's on here. Hold on. Is there something I have to do for that? Like, let's look at CyberWorks details. There has to be a way for me to be able to do that, but I don't know how. Maybe over here. Let's see here. If I order copies, that's just mark. Well, it says I think it said already. I don't know. They might be selling on there. I don't know. It's only $2 million off CyberWorks. How many people are actually using CyberWorks now? 180,000 people are using CyberWorks as their main operating system, which is pretty neat. Also, I don't know why, but I forgot to take Dev Team 2 off of Snippet 3D so they can focus on Boombox. Well, that's not good. How much money do they have is my question. Are they? I mean, how bad are they out of money? Is my question. I mean, we could just end them now. Let's just do it. Yes. Oh well, Stick Industries had a good run, but they were losing too much money, and like, you know what? It's not worth keeping them up. So let's go ahead and close it. Well, we took their IPs, so now we have a ton of IPs, which is awesome. A lot of 2D editors. So we have Vector Pro, which apparently is a great piece of software, which is awesome. We can actually use that hopefully in some of our upcoming ones. Audio Tools 1 through 6, and we have parts of 7 apparently, and so they were great. So we can maybe boost up Boombox eventually with that. Be kind of nice. How are we doing on research? We're maybe not quite halfway, but still not terrible. Let's get some reviews out for this one. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and end there. It looks like this is gonna be. I think I got a feeling this might be a good program, and we're only 88% of the way there, and people are there. It's that good already. Yeah, I got a feeling we are going to be pretty well set on that program. How's our? So we've got support. I mean, really, we're not really hurting for support for these guys, so it's not like it's terrible that we're doing that. So digital distribution, we're gonna bump up our price a little bit to maybe we can get a little bit more out of this. If we can maintain this, that'll be really nice, just to try to get just try to get a little bit more out of it. Let's look at this again. See if there's any more. Nope, they still don't have that. And our shares have actually gone down to about 26%. Not ideal, but you know, Not great. Like, let's look at Shine Street. What is Shine Street putting out there? They've put out a good game called Space Trials. Interesting to say the least. Let's do accept all and close. Raising our cost a little bit. Ooh. Yeah, they didn't like that, the raising the price. So let's cut it down to 7% again. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have our digital distribution back up to where it was. At least that is the goal at first. Design, development, marketing, print job, and just support. Nothing really interesting to say the least. But our servers still doing okay. Don't know what these colors mean, but alright. Like everything's still going okay at least. There we go. 8 companies back on the digital distribution platform. I don't know, Mansoft is using 60% of the bandwidth. What are they actually producing? Oh, their game. Oh, Gun Killer of Death. Actually, I don't do support for that one, but, you know, I do a lot of support for some of these guys, so that makes sense. A lot of companies worth a lot of money. Tango Styles, what is their kind of big product? Oh, they're Evil Fighter 18. Good lord, that's the Final Fantasy of this game. That's pretty funny, actually. But that's this game dev company. Okay, fair. 2 more companies have signed up, so we're at, what, 10 now? Essentially, we've just become Google. Essentially, we're just for digital distribution, essentially. Which is fine. It's not like it's... Drive Spin, what did they... Hold on, they're worth that much money. Oh, really? Is that the same people? Hold on, I thought Tango Styles was that one. Hold on, time out. Are both of these companies producing the exact same game? No, okay, no. This is actually the malware, guys. Malware Alarm 19. Well, alright then. Interesting to say the least. The only thing we don't actually have on our new platform. So I think here's kind of how we're going to go. So we're going to do snippet 3. Nope, I failed because I don't have enough fire alarms. $100. Yikes. Don't have the money, unfortunately. But I think what we're going to do is, so we're going to do snippet 3 and then snippet 3D, which is going to make it a little confusing, but, you know, fair. And then I think we actually do another antivirus. We haven't done an antivirus in a little while. I mean, the last one we did was Guard Dog Unleashed, which is a fantastic piece of software. The only problem is it's not on CyberWorks, which is a bit... Holy cow, 5 more companies have signed up for the digital distribution platform. Yeah, we've kind of run the gambit on this digital distribution. And we have a 70% usage on it. I know it's only got about 17% load, but that's store back. Yeah. Do we need anything else for that? Hold on. Let me look here. Let's look at finances because I'm kind of curious. Is that digital distribution platform right now? We're almost making money on it, and then it says almost making money on it. I really think we might need to double our support room, or double our server room, because we're already out of space, and I have... Oh, that's plots. Walls. We use something like that, and actually then do merge the rooms. And we need to put lights and stuff like that in here, but that's okay. Light. It wouldn't be a software dev tycoon if we didn't do some building, like some very extensive building. There we go. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and duplicate this, and then that'll still be the backup, but this one we're going to combine into one server, and that'll be our hold on. Yep, that'll actually, so I'll select fallback for store backup. This is the store server. Rename. So hopefully that'll at least allow us, just in case we need to get more people on it, we can, because that shot up so quickly. But that's awesome, because that means we can hopefully in the next month or so actually start making money on that. Then we don't have to worry about too much anymore. Almost at 100% on this stuff. We probably should do a press release. Market, let's do this. Okay. Market, press and build. Any, there's 2 more companies that sign up for digital distribution. Any more hosting jobs? No. All right. So, Cyberfire LLC is not. Here's the thing. This is the 4th piece of software or 3rd piece of software we put out for here. It might be a big hit. It has all the big features, and it's not that far from release. It is not. I just realized it is February 1994. So it's not ideal. We are getting a little close on that. Distribution, we're starting to curve a little bit towards the more profitable side. But it is now at 100%. Let's get some reviews just in case. I want to see how well that's doing before I switch it over to beta. Let's get those in real quick here, and let's end that. Oh, it's almost perfect. All right, let's go ahead and promote it. So we have until April to actually get all the bugs out of that thing, which I think we'll be able to do. It's no big deal. I think Snippet 3 is going to be a good piece of software for us. I also think we might need to build a bigger marketing team. I don't think that we'll do that today, but it'll be about that time. We'll need to start developing a new, a bigger marketing team. Any more hosting jobs? No. Anything? No. So our reputation must be pretty good, because I don't really see. We're losing a little bit in office software. We might have to do another OmniDesk. I mean, it's been 4 years since we did an OmniDesk, so maybe not ideal. A lot of companies still selling more shares. Shine Street just shot up through the roof. I'll see details here. Ours is. You know what? What would happen if we just sold all this? Holy cow! And we made some money off that, because really, honestly, since we took over that one company, we really don't need them anymore. So I'm okay with releasing that for now. I'm kind of curious about something though, because I know we're starting to look at new computers. That's 1995. So next year we can actually get everybody laptops. Oh, and then 2000 we can get even better computers. So we're only about a year away from those laptops. Hopefully those will work out really well for us. We have the money. I'm just going to upgrade everybody to that. So why not? Make sure we're on the cutting edge of technology always. Always be the nice thing to have. There we go. 11 employees have called in sick. Not ideal. I'm wondering how though. Oh, hold on. Investing in bonds loans out money and earns money off yearly is easy. For make a small steady income with a downside you can for the okay. Time press the stocks button to continue. Go ahead and hit invest. Oh, this one right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to invest in O and N, because there looks like they're on. Well, they're on kind of on a downward. That purple one, WLN. Why not? We'll do that. We'll put 100,000 in. Invest. But also it says we need to pass a fire inspection. I honestly have no idea where we need to put more of these things up. Unless it's over here. I wish it would tell you what's exactly, because it says fire alarms. Well, that's great. I have a 3-story building here with people on every floor. Just kind of placing these in as many places I can think of that needs them. All right, let's call them fire inspector, because this is the part of the game I didn't even know about. Insurance and investment. Call fire inspector. See if maybe that helps out here. I was hoping to get the research done before Boombox came out, because Boombox is almost done, which is not ideal. Got an itchy nose now. That's not great. Hold on here. Let's see how our investment went. Well, it's going up at least, so that's pretty nice. All right, so oh shoot. I don't know. I don't know what room doesn't have fire alarms in them. Unless it's down here where they're talking about, which is, or even in here. So that might be it. All right, let's try to fix that. I'm trying to get insurance because I think that would probably be a good idea, especially with all the digital distribution we were getting to. Probably wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to have that. Let's do something like that. It's probably gonna be like a stupid little room that I don't see. All right, let's recall them and see what happens. If not, we're just gonna run without insurance. It's gonna be fine. It's fine. It's fine. For some reason, our profits went screaming up. Oh, and stocks. That's why. Did somebody buy stocks in us? Is that what happened? Let's look at cyber. We're actually getting towards the top. I don't know how many we're at right now, but we're not publicly listed. But I think we just sold some stuff. We sold a bunch of stocks too, so that makes some sense. Let's go ahead and release the press release here. Oh, from Boombox. We haven't. No, we haven't. Let's actually mark it. Let's do a release date. Let's do December this year. Gives us 7 months. Go ahead and release that. Release that. That snippet actually needs to come out today, like right now. Let's go ahead and release it. Yes, I do want to start. Let's do 200,000. Send it to marketing. No, I want to go over to my releases. Go to snippet 3. Let's go ahead and start printing. Let's do 150,000 copies. Because we have snippet 3 there, let's go ahead and stop doing support. Cancel support for the 1,000 people that still use it. Let's do this. Let's also limit. So that's not exactly what I wanted. Maximum of 100,000 copies. I think I might have messed that up a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, so essentially we're stop printing snippet for now because we don't need it anymore. We don't sell it anymore, so not terrible. Oh, finish the research. Yes. It's actually not a support thing. Shoot, where are my lawyers at? Which is a weird thing to hear, but there's one of them I actually have a lawyer in. But the problem is, what kind of bugs me though, is it in the service team? No, that's not them. Nope. Nope. They do have a level 1 law. Detailed. There's laws on the bottom, correct? Yes. Okay. Details. Nope. Maybe it is the service team that actually has the lawyer. Because it did assign it to there. So I'm really kind of curious if maybe those guys actually have a lawyer on their team. Hold on. Details. Nope. Just want to double check. If not, I'm going to hire one really quick. Leader has no skills like that. So level 2. Level 2. Most of these are going to be support though, so imagine. Nope. Alright. We might just have to run and grab somebody in a law real quick. We do have a couple people that are kind of trained in law, but they're not really good in it yet. So law, high salary, begin looking. Competitively, they're going to go into the support team. So how about this person? Oh, there we go. Perfect. We might have to hire a second one, but that's okay if we have to. Get 2 lawyers. Because, you know, it could happen that we get sued for some reason. We need a nice team of lawyers. We both announced Snippet 2 and Boombox 3. Awesome. Skip ahead of time. Let's actually scroll that up to the rest of the marketing. Let's see how well this goes today. So Snippet 3 made $688,000. That is amazing. All right, let's go ahead and port it. Let's use Dev Team 1 because Dev Team 2 is still working on Boombox. Let's look at the active users. Pen view, probably these 3. Let's go ahead and do that. So that we can get Snippet to the most amount of people that we can. Oh boy, that's going to take a while. Let's go hire a bunch more lawyers because we can. Hire employees, service, law, a lot of money. Those are level 2. I need level 3 people, which is not ideal. Because it doesn't look like I'm getting what I need here. There's one. Normal compatibility, though, is not ideal, but whatever. I think it's if they're not 4 stars, I can't. They're not going to be level 3. All right, so I've got 3 in there now. Hopefully that'll be a little bit faster and I'll get that patent going. Also, I'm kind of curious. Oh, that stinks. Anyways, let's look at digital distribution. I am kind of curious about this. We got a lot of companies signed up for it, and we have actually maxed out our distribution platform. So actually, let's go ahead. That's the store server. That's the backup. Now it is all one server. and I have no backup. But, you know, it looked like we actually need the bandwidth. Now I am kind of curious though, how much are we making on our digital distribution? So we're still losing money, but not nearly as much as it was. That's not terrible. Hey, we actually passed our fire inspection. It's $107,000 per month, which is not bad. We can go ahead and take care of that. Let's also buy $100,000 worth of stock in IAN or IAX, because why not? Now we got 100% insurance now. We passed our fire inspection finally. We have enough. We found the 2 rooms that it didn't have coverage. It's like our entranceway and like one of the support rooms. It was like, all right, well, whatever. Still applying for that patent. Not going too great. Let's see here. No, not really anything special. Still making a good amount of money. We've made just almost $4 million last month. Distribution still costing us a little bit of money. I really think we might need to up our to about 8%. We're probably going to lose a couple people on that, but when you're the only one out there, you're going to take. It's like either you're going to come with us or you're not going to have digital distribution. It's a pretty simple idea. Saber 3 at $1.6 million, 65,000 active users. Still at 1.5 or 1.5, 155,000 people on CyberWorks. Got some more people selling shares of stock. Any more? Oh, they actually want Snippet. They only want $4 million for Snippet. That is... Yes. That is a bit of a slap in the face. They only want $4 million for it. I mean, hold on. I'm just kind of curious. Snippet 3 has made $1 million. Snippet 2D has made almost $13 million. So it's that IP is worth a lot more than $4 million. I'll tell you that right now. Especially now since we're actually moving into different platforms as well. It's Boombox. Let's go ahead and get a review for it, just because I'm kind of curious on where it's at right now. And let's also get some marketing going for it. I'll do a press build, and we'll do something like this, and we'll call that good. It's at a 9.7. I think it's good. It'll be just fine. Yep, so there are actually still more people signing up for a digital distribution platform, which is awesome. Oh yeah, so Flash Production. So there is companies starting to buy each other out and everything. So it's getting a little more cutthroat, which is kind of cool. I mean, there's less companies out there for us to really compete against. But right now we're we're number 6 in terms of net worth. We're worth $77 million, which is pretty cool. Not quite what we want to be, but there's also people that have a lot more products than we do. Maybe that's why, but you know. Maybe we've been around a little bit longer than we have, but we're getting there. We're working on our first patent. We're almost there, getting that. Well, I mean, we're applying for it. You know how long red tape can take. We have all the ports done for Snippet. We've made $1.5 million on it this month. Let's get our dev team, because they're not doing anything. Let's get them to start working on... Since we don't really have the 3D yet, let's make a... let's actually make a sequel. Do I want to do antivirus? Let's do the Office software first. Since we have our big team available for that. Let's do a OmniDesk 90. This is going to be called OmniDesk. Let's do all this as well. So this gives it 100%. Let's do audio because we have the people for it. Do we have enough to do the network? We do. And we can kind of, well, actually, you know what? Why don't we do system? Do something like that. I know it's saying it's a little too much, but then we can actually take that and kind of really work on it, or work off that. We get a little bit of a speed boost out of it later. Let's do 96. Do 6 years. Design Team 1, Dev Team 1. We don't need a publisher. It's going to Development Server 1. That's fine. It's going to be about $100. 2D Editor, we're going to use that. Audio Tool. Boombox 2, actually, is what it's going to be used on. So nothing really curious. We're going to add CyberWorks to this. Perfect. Design Team and then Dev Team. Perfect. Yep, I know it's a little more complex. Yeah, I'm saying those products can't be released until that one's released. Well, right now it's a 1994 release, and we're already in beta for it. So I actually might push that up to September. Well, say September maybe. You know, it might be a earlier release than what we're looking at, but that is fine. Anything better on the digital distribution? Not really. What would happen if I increase it to 9%? We already are maxed out right now. I'm trying to get a little bit more money out of it. I don't know. I wonder if creating a law team would actually be more beneficial. I don't know that for sure, but you know. I don't know where I would put them at. I'm about to stick them, but I guess what I could do is actually make a small law office here. Essentially, just do something like this. And then just have the desk on the outside here. I guess what I could do, doors, I'll do a nice glass double door. This will be law down here. And we could still actually add a little bit more onto the service guys and then put the hallway probably to here and then just have this little notch there. I'm okay with that. So let's do some lights. Let's do something like this. And we'll need a fire alarm, as I've learned. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Let's go ahead and do this. Duplicate it. So we hire 8 lawyers, which, you know, it's not bad. I think we can live with 8 lawyers right now. Temperature regulation. Let's do a vent. Do a heat vent there. And a cold vent there. So that should take care of that room. Good. What else do we need in this room? What does it look like? We need a little more decoration. We can actually add the decoration. That's no big deal. Boosh. That's perfect. Everything's good there. Let's actually add a little. Let's add some like clock maybe on that wall there and there. These are also the supports. What do they need for them? I don't know. Productivity. So probably the phone, I would guess. Select all. Actually, I could have just done this. I just thought about this. Replace furniture with the phone. I messed that up somehow. Replace furniture, phone. Okay. Why did that not? Oh, is that already the phone? Yeah, it's already the phone. Never mind. All right, so we've got that. So this will actually be for a new team called Law. And now I can actually go over to my teams here. Go to Support 1. Go to Employees. Scroll all the way down. Details. That is one lawyer. So we're going to change those teams to the Law. This person probably is also our lawyer. So change teams to the Law Department. Let's see here. Details. Lawyer as well. Change teams to our Law Office. Details on this person. This is not a lawyer. That's one of our support teams. So that is our 3 lawyers taken care of. So we're going to need quite a bit. So we're actually going to assign this to the Law Department. And since it's the end of the day, we actually can pause the game. Let's hire employees, service, law. There we go. I want to hire. I'll hire 7 more, and then I'll hire. Well, I really can just hire 8 more. I'm okay with that. That person, perfect. 1, 2, 3. So that's 6. I need 2 more. And I hired him for the wrong team. Awesome. There's 7. I don't see any more. Alright, look again. Was that a normal? I'm okay with normal. Higher. Alright, now I gotta go dig the last 3 lawyers out of the, I think that was details. Yes, he was. Gavin Stone is the other one, and the third guy, yes. Change teams to the Law Department. Hold on. Did I accidentally do something wrong here? Hold on. Oh, I just had employees in total, so those are probably, yeah. So let's make sure our lawyers are in there, and we have all 8, I should say, in there. So we raised the price, and we have 2 more people signing on. All right, so there is 4 of our lawyers. I have 6 people on the lawyer team, so that means 2 of them are still in support. So hold on here. Details. There's one of them. Change teams to the Law Department. Details. There's another one. And so change teams, Law, boosh. There we go. So if we start applying for more patents now, we'll have a decent way to actually get them in a relatively good amount of time. We'll just put it that way. So we've got OmniDesk 96 in development. We've got Boombox that is pretty much ready. I mean, we're already in beta for it. Let's move this release date up to October. It gives us another month to work on this thing, and a month and a day essentially to work on it. So hopefully that'll be good. Articles. We announced Boombox 2, so that's cool. It's gotten their attention for it, so that is always a good thing. A lot more development jobs. Snippet IP. They're offering now. This is a little more of a correct deal. This is $10 million for Snippet. I'm going to still say no, because that is one of our big... I mean, if you look here, Snippet 3 has now made $7 million. Snippet 2 made 12. Audio Tool 6, holy cow. How did that company go? Well, I mean, fair enough, we bought them out. But I don't know how in the world these guys lost that much money. $148 million on that one thing. And then they just kind of went downhill after that because we bought them out. Let's also look at insurance. Let's see how our investments are doing. We are losing, well, we've lost a little bit in this one. Gained a little bit in that one. So it's not like it's ideal, but I do want to get that reward though. So it's not too bad. See how we got a new company, Smile Kingdom Studios, Trend Reality, and also Fly LLC. But Cloud Garden back at the bottom here. What's going on with these guys? They're not releasing many shares, and I think that's maybe an issue with them. Let's look at Shine Street. I know they signed up to our digital. Nope, they're not talking publicly. Neither are these guys. Because right now, like this one right here, I don't know what company this is. So this is Macro Productions. They actually have. Oh, we actually own part of this guy. Oh, that's pretty cool. We actually own 124,000 shares in these guys. We can actually buy 82% of the company if we wanted to. But what products do they have is my question. They're a game company. They also released a console operating system, which really profit-wise, they've made a good amount of money. But recently, let's see, look here. The most recent product of 1992, and they made about $50 million on it. So it's not like it's the worst thing in the world. So it wouldn't be like the worst thing to try to buy them, and so we can just make some money off their shares. So I don't know. Something like that might be kind of interesting, trying to buy a company out like that. It'd be a gaming company. But look at this. Just solid month after month of profit. We're around $4 million each. Digital distribution, we're still losing money on. What is it? Let's do 10%. Let's see if we can maybe increase it. But look at this. All these companies are now signed up. We're still at max. I honestly think we might need to actually add another server. Or 2. Or 10. Let's add another row. Can we get any better servers? We cannot. They're it's year 2000. All right, so duplicate, and then we combine. See if maybe that helps. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see. See, for some reason, it's saying over here that it's not got a huge load on it. But if we go to digital distribution, it's saying it's... Oh, I am an idiot because I just realized it's actually the digital market share. I own the entire digital market share on digital distribution. I don't need. All right. Well, you live and you learn. Let's just be fair here. That's what that means. So I own every company out there is on my system. That is kind of the big thing. They're offering $13 million now for Snippet. Yes. They really want to have Snippet, and I'm saying no to them because Snippet is mine. That is my baby. They ain't gonna take it from me. So, Omnidesk is starting to lose a little bit of money. Let's go ahead and cancel marketing for it. We're not going to cancel support. Snippet made $3.3 million last month. That is incredible. But we are going to release Boombox 2 this episode because it's about time. We got about 12 minutes left. I'm going to play till about 10 till 4 local time. And yeah, Time LTD. I'm a little worried about Time LTD. I do have some shares in them. You know what? Why don't we just start snapping up the smaller ones? Like, yeah, you know what? We'll buy that one. That's a little more expensive there. It's $4 million now, so you know. Like, I don't even see Cyberfryer on this list. Because I might have accidentally sold my shares. Whoops. Let's go ahead and just buy that one. There we go. We got some of our shares back. Skip ahead a little bit. We'll buy that one too. Why not? So right now we own about 4% of that company. And dividend-wise, we're not getting anything right this second, but... But, you know, it's kind of worth it, I think. So, essentially, kind of now, since I didn't realize that Omnidesk was kind of what, you know, we really need to get going. We get Omnidesk going, I think, next, and then we do a 3D editor. I think the patent will be ready by then. We'll be able to kind of corner the market on 3D modeling, things like that. We did lose some money because we bought stocks and things like that. Snippet IP, they're now offering $16 million for Snippet. If I was desperate for money, maybe, but I've got plenty of money. I've got almost $80 million we're sitting on right now. Digital distribution's going well. We're still 100% of the market right now, and we're making quite a bit of money. Well, we're actually probably losing money, but you know, it's one of those things where it's like they're oh, hold on, hosting. I will take that. Boosh. So there we go. But I'm actually kind of surprised. They're really wanting Snippet for some reason. Oh crap! Oh crap! I forgot to release. Oh well, poop. All right, release it. Yes, let's do 150,000. I cannot believe that I forgot to release Snippet. That is a bit of a shame. Or not Snippet, Boombox. Let's also start a printing job for it. Boombox 2. Or start printing. We need 150,000 copies. And because we've released Boombox 2, Boombox 1, we are going to cancel support for. Boombox, let's cancel that one. Let's also get the marketing up for there. We've now got OmniDesk almost ready to be put into development, which is awesome to see. I kind of like this new system where you have the design team that switches or gives it over to the. Oh, there we go. We got the patent done. We have now patented 3D technology for like 1991, which is more than most people can say. So, still 100% satisfaction. This is awesome. So let's get it through 3 iterations of OmniDesk 96. Once we get that done, we might need to get another 2D or a couple of 2D designers. We will go ahead and develop that into the next one. Let's see how Boombox is going to do. I'm hoping it does well. And 1.7 million. That's not terrible. It's a surely well-made product. The only problem is somebody came back and offered $19 million for Snippet. You know we're getting up there when people are offering that kind of money for some of our products. So let's do this, though. We need to go to Boombox 2, port it. We'll use Dev Team 1. We'll actually use Dev Team 2 because we are about to start developing that. We've got a couple of them that we can port to. We'll do those top 3. We've already got a couple of them on there. Skip unused time here. Once it gets through iteration 3, we'll go ahead and send it over to the next dev team so they're not idle for too long. And that is creeping up there, isn't it? All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and send that over to the development team. Let's go ahead and send some marketing out. Let's announce a release date. OmniDesk might take us a little bit while longer, so let's say January. Let's do February of 96. It gives me just over a year to work on that. And the worst comes to worst, we can actually move it up. It's worst case scenario. So we got the porting done there. We need to get. There's burglars on our premise. Oh no. They went home empty-handed. That's okay. I want to get. Let's actually. We've already got that in development here. Do we want to do antivirus or do we want to do? Let's do a 3D one. I think we need to do a 3D editor because we have the lock on the technology for 1993. So let's do snip it 3D. Category default. Dev server 1, design 1. They're going to dev team 2. Let's do as much as we can here. That gives us 100%. Do we want to do that? That probably wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. What's bit mining? Probably not one we want to do. Let's go to advanced and see what else we need to get. 3D, next page. We want to add... Oh, OptiBlind is the only one that can actually... I wonder if it's because of the system. Maybe not. Might be the tech level. Which really is kind of odd, but alright. Well, that's... I wonder if it's... No, because there's no... That is a little... I'm wondering if... I bet you $10. The reason why we can't do this is that CyberWorks does not have a 3D rendering software in it. So instead of that, let's go over to our antivirus, because I do want to do Guard Dog 3, because... You know, actually, you know what? It's not actually not an original, or it's not an original IP. All right, why is... Hold on, let's cancel. Add original IP. I'm sorry, antivirus. It won't let me do a sequel of Guard Dog, which is... Hold on, let me see if I can do it from over here. Make sequel. There we go. Guard Dog, let's do Guard Dog 3. Oh, that's 32. Dev Server 1, Guard Dog Unleashed. So we're going to go to Design and then Dev Team 2. We'll same file encryption and let's do all the ones. Ooh. Let's do all that. So now, right now it's 100% interest, but let's see if we can get some networking in here as well. Maybe some anti-spam. What is this? Oh, don't want to do data mining. Let's try to be a decent company. Won't turn into something else. But saying it's approximately 2 years, but that is okay. Antivirus, we got all that. Let's go advance. Saying that works. You go to PenView 7. Can it go to CyberWorks? Why can it not go to CyberWorks? Because of the networking. Oh, well, that's an issue. Let's not. You know what? We can do that. It's a quick program we can do. We really don't have... It's not really worth it. Alright, you know what? I think it's... You know what we need to do? I think we need to make a sequel to CyberWorks. I know we just released it not that long ago, but CyberWorks 2 operating system, we need to have networking in here and 3D rendering. We have all those, you know, all those available, so why not? Let's do stuff like this. It's going to take us 3 years to work on. I highly doubt it will. It's like 5 years. But we do want to have the network and the 3D rendering just so that we can have all those incorporated in there. It's going to go to Dev Team 1 because I'm going to switch. Once this is ready to be developed, I'm going to switch Omnidesk to Dev Team 2. I think it's going to be the best way to do that. It's not limited by anything. We don't need any framework there. Yeah, let's go ahead and develop it. Yes. I'd like it to have a little bit more complexity to it, which is fine. You know, it's should work, hopefully. Anything new on the stock side? Not really. Nope. Accept all and close. Yes. See, nothing really new there. You know what? What about WLN? Do we have? We do actually have some of that. I'm just trying to get that. I mean, really, $100,000 isn't really going to make or break us, so it's not like it's a huge deal if we lose some money here. I'm really thinking about the Q or KQN. Let's go ahead and invest $100,000 in there, just so that. Because it looks like, you know, it's got to bottom out sometime, and once it starts going back up, hopefully we can make some money. But guys, that we're getting about that time to wrap up a little bit. It is, you know, we're getting to the point where it's just kind of a waiting game right this second. So in this really kind of last couple of this, well, I guess this stream, we got Cyberworks out, and it's made us a lot of money. We've got Snippet out, and Snippet's actually made 4.2. Boombox made $4.4 million. So we're already almost at $100 million. And I got $10. Somebody wants to try to buy one of my. Oh, there's some hosting. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. Nope, just design development. So yeah, these things are just making money hand over fist. This is amazing. We probably will need to get another dev team next time, or not dev team, a design team, so we can make sure we keep both of our dev teams going. We might need to expand this second dev team in just another room or something like that, just so that we can get a little more out of it. We released 3 big pieces of software. We got Cyberworks, we've got Snippet, and we've got Boombox. We actually bought and bankrupted a company. It's interesting to say the least. Omnidesk is working. We got Cyberworks 2 in the works because we to try to get ahead of the networking and the 3D. That 3D, I think, is going to really, once we get the 3D going and the networking going for a operating system, that's going to be amazing, I think. And we are on our way up. Let's see where we're at company-wise. We are actually number 3 now, behind Time Ltd. And Fancy Studios. So yeah, we actually have quite a. We went from like towards the bottom to we're 3rd now all time. Macro. Oh, let's look at our. We actually, this is the one we have like, not very much. We have 0.2%. Worth about $6,000. It's not really worth us kind of keeping that one, but we are going to keep it just in case. This is the one that everybody owns a piece of the pie of. Or it seems like everybody owns a piece of the pie of. But we can just slowly start buying some of these smaller ones out. Like, oh, that's $2 million. Okay, that's $2.4 million. But now, if you look here, we are the 3rd largest investor at almost 7%. So it's, we're going to start losing some money, but I'd like to start eating a little bit more of that company. Well, let's do that. Why not? That's $4 million. All right, that'll work. We've got $82 million. Now we own about 10% of that company. So that's actually, it's pretty good. Right now it's worth about $22 million if we sold all of our shares, which I really don't want to right now, but I think we can actually see our little piece of the pie there. It's actually not bad. And so we own a couple other, we own stocks in other companies. Hopefully we'll be able to maybe, start, maybe have some more subsidiaries if we can kind of figure that out, because that didn't really work the first time, I should say. But that's okay. It does happen. So guys, I think right here is where we're going to stop for the day. Let's go ahead and save my game here. We'll pop over to the main screen. It's save, right? This game's a little odd with saving. There we go. Alright, so I've already got the main camera up here, guys. Well, thank you guys for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. If you are a new follower or a new watcher here, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're curious about how to support me, the best way you can do that is actually just leaving a follow. It's probably the best way you can actually do that. Just go ahead. It's free. It's a great way to do that as well. And I think, it also gives you alerts on when I do stream. I usually do stream 2 times a week, every Wednesday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Wednesdays, we've been playing Software Inc. On Fridays, we've been playing Factorio. Once we get our Factorio done, playthrough done, which I think we're getting, I don't know how many streams were left, but we're getting close, I think. And once we get that completed, I don't know if I'll do 100% completion with that one. We'll switch over, just kind of doing, I'd like to do one game, just kind of focus on one game. So it'll probably be something like Software Inc. I'd like to play that probably until at least 2020, the year in game, which we only have, 35 years? Hold on, 25 years left. So we just took over 1995. So not too much left, and we'll have some other games to talk or play as well. I've got some in the pipeline. Stardew Valley just came out with a new one. I've been playing that quite a bit recently. That would be kind of fun to stream as well. I don't know if there's a lot of streamers out there doing that right now. I think that'd be kind of fun to do as well. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Next time you'll see me live is this Friday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're playing some more Factorial. We finally got our Spidertron last time, so hopefully we'll be able to construct that in a couple hours and hopefully get that all built. I'm really excited to see that. So if you guys want to see that, join me on Friday. But for today, guys, have a great rest of your day. Have a great Thursday, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Take care, everyone.